Okay, let's record this bitch.
Yeah, let's do it in
Quality.
three after three, but we'll do it on zero,
mate.
and it'll be silent 2 and 1.
I'd say we're in.
3. Yep. 2.
We're so deep in.
Hello. Oh fucking hell, Toby!
Blame Jack and his deep in.
Bloody Jack, you deep in bitch.
Not my fault.
Well, I guess we could start. I suppose.
Wait, how we need to know what we're going to talk about?
Oh yeah, it'll probably help. Welcome to the podcast. Podcast. How are you guys?
Tired.
Good.
Right.
Tired.
This week we have Aaron on the show.
Hello.
Aaron is a friend of Jack's.
I wouldn't go that far. Like,
Well, yeah. Nobody's really a friend with Jack.
just like people that he had an impact on once.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Well, he dumped you.
Yes.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty long week, haven't we? I realised this is we had a week break. Toby was in Las Vegas, but was fun out.
Las Vegas.
Actually, no. Do you want to talk about it? Take it away, Toby. Let's talk about Vegas. How was Vegas?
Vegas is awesome. I still want to be there, just with you guys.
Is it true what they say that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Toby's got a million stories to tell about Vegas. Ain't shit staying in Vegas.
Well,
Good.
Except for herpes, that's just for life.
put it this way: the first thing I saw when I got to Vegas was a naked woman.
Oh, really?
That's nice.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Okay, I've changed my mind. I want to also go to Vegas with you now.
Well, you told me you didn't want to come, so you're not coming anymore.
Jack, why would
Aaron,
you-
stop
But
it.
you told her that you wanted to.
No, of course not.
This is
Okay.
what kind of thing this is.
Oh God, here we go.
Let's just have something from Vegas, Toby. Go.
What?
Come on,
Toby, tell us
story.
about the strippers.
About the strippers.
Yeah.
Well, the only dancing girls I saw was when we were walking from.
Was it your mum?
Oh, fuck off!
Did your mum give you a strip show?
God.
I hate you guys so much.
Jack, are we going to Vegas and getting a strip show from Toby's mum?
You better fucking pay her well.
Well, we have to go to Jersey.
I
Not
thought it was
Vegas.
free on the street corner.
I'm higher class than
What are
that.
you talking about? Toby's mum is a saint.
Toby's mum is a saint.
She's a saint on the street and a sinner in the bedroom.
Fuck's sake.
Oh dear.
This is Toby's mum we're talking about. right?
I've had the pleasure of meeting the lady.
Why did I even bring
His
this up?
mum has got it going on.
Oh no, but we know, and Bevan's going to listen to this because he's not had anything to do with it, and he's going to be editing it. Is Bevan's mum certainly got it going on?
Oh God,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's stop talking about my mum.
Oh hell
Let's
yeah!
talk about Bevan's mum.
Yeah, because he's not here to defend.
Fuck Vegas. Let's talk about Bevan's
Oh
mum.
God,
Yeah.
this is awful. Let's cut all of this out and start again.
Nah,
It's
let's just carry on.
God.
Basically, the first time I met Bevan's mum was when he came to pick her up from Halls, right? And
Wait,
we were
hang on.
He came to pick her up.
Oh yeah, good call. Sorry, my bad.
What's she doing there?
She was
Well-
lying on a futon surrounded by how many blokes?
17.
32.
17 and 32. Shit.
So
It must have been a slow night for her.
49 blokes.
Anywho, my
Two
bad for fucking that up. Thanks, guys. Jesus Christ. I'm only 3 minutes in. But yeah, no, she came to pick him up at Christmas, and she walked into his room, and one of our flatmates turned around and went, "It's the hot chick going in Bevan's room."
Wow. Wow, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Well,
This isn't about Vegas, Toby.
you measure.
No.
Well,
Yeah, we'll come back
you
to
know,
Vegas.
I started talking about Vegas, and then you started insulting my mum, so now I don't want to talk
Let's
about
do a
Vegas.
clean slate. Toby, how was Vegas?
It was really good, Dan.
You saw a naked lady. What else
Yeah.
did you do?
All sorts.
Did you do any casino stuff?
Yeah, gambled a little bit, lost $20.
Oh, you idiot.
Did anybody in your party win anything on the gamblings?
Yeah, my dad won $50, and a mate of mine won about 300.
Nice.
Oh, shit, that's a lot of dollars.
All on roulette.
Right. Well, now we know that's the place to go. Wait, did you also lose $20 on the
What did you
roulette?
put it on?
Yes, I also
Did you
lost.
put it on red 32?
No, I just I spread it out.
Oh, yeah. He spread it.
I don't know how to play roulette.
I think you just put
Really
money on squares and then wait.
Yeah, I mean that's. I went when I was turned 21. I went to Nottingham with like Will Tootle and like some other people, and we went. Yeah, I know it's crazy. We went to a casino,
Party.
and like I was just like, I'm not gonna spend £20 on this table here, and I was just kind of like, got a load of chips, and the woman was like, here you go, and there was like loads of people like chucking them around all over the place, and there I was just kind of like, I would go on like red 3, and then like she just pushed a load more chips my way, and I was up like 200 squids, and I was like, is all this money mine? And then all these people started betting on the stuff that I was betting on because I like couldn't lose. And these people were like going, oh yeah, you want to like hedge your bet on number 3 and this shit. I was just dropping chips all over the place. I was dropping chips like a drunk man on a night out.
They must have thought you were some autistic kid or something.
Yeah. I
They
swear
put one of those
one
autism
guy
boys with them.
called me Rain Man, and I was like, no, gotta leave the table. Definitely gotta leave the table.
Wasn't
that's
that
amazing.
blackjack?
That he was playing blackjack on that. I don't think there's a way to win roulette by being autistic. I mean,
It's a lot of luck, to be honest.
when we talk about like disabilities and how autism is a brilliant superpower,
Oh God.
I'm just saying because autism, you get like super mind powers and like laser beams out your eyes, like Cyclops.
I've not seen the laser beams.
I mean, they never look at you, so you don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Okay then.
6 minutes into the podcast, and we've already talked about my mum, Bevan's mum, and laser-eyed autistic people.
I'm so glad that there's a disclaimer at the start. of the
This is-
podcast.
So glad.
Standard procedure. Standard procedure.
Sounds like a normal conversation we'd have in
Jesus
real life.
fucking Christ.
Believe it or
Yeah.
not, we're tamer when we're on the podcast. It's our bit of normality.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
So autistic people do have really strong, they're really strong. Must have access to more than 65% of their muscle mass. Like,
I heard that people with Down syndrome have massive penises.
Oh, jeez.
You know,
I can't speak towards that. It's funny.
I literally have nothing to say.
So, Toby, what happened? What else happened in Vegas? I know you went to the Hoover Dam, or you Hoovered the dam. One of the two. I can't remember. Or you
Yeah.
shut the dam Hoover.
The Hoover Dam, yeah.
Where the hell's the Hoover? I thought that was like in a different part of America.
No,
It's in
It's-
Nevada.
it's about a 40-minute drive from.
See, well,
Have
goes
you
to
ever
show
watched
my
Beavis and Butthead do America?
knowledge
Jeez.
things.
It's
did you go on Hoover Dam like and look over the edge?
Was that scary?
Yeah.
horrifying.
Did you go to the Grand Canyon?
Flew over
What
Grand
was the
Canyon.
dam in Goldeneye?
That's Hoover Dam.
Yeah, it is Hoover Dam.
Haha. Yeah.
I got GoldenEye for the N64 recently, and
I also have that.
it doesn't age well. I felt.
Oh,
I
it
felt
really,
like it
really
didn't age
doesn't.
well.
I thoroughly enjoy playing it.
Yeah, but nobody's allowed to be odd job. Do we all agree like that?
Oh yeah.
It's a bit OP, isn't he?
He's meant to be open, like.
It's like playing kids at laser tag. Like, they run around short and they can get you on the middle plate all the time, whereas you can't shoot them at all because they're so small. But they run around corners, hit you in the cock with the gun, and then shoot you.
What?
Thing
Oh,
is,
that happened to
you
me
need to-
thousands of times. I kicked a kid in the face, almost Sparta kicked him. They pissed
Why are you playing laser tag with kids?
I was at some friend's birthday party. It was like his
I'm sure you
23rd
went. How many
birthday party.
parties do you go to, Dan?
I went to my friend's 23rd birthday party. We went to laser tag because it was going to be fun. And there was loads of adults in there, but there was also parties of kids as well. So there was adults and kids.
Were you running around saying, "Can you tell what it is yet?
Oh,
I was running around naked.
Tell what it is yet?"
I was
Wrong.
I got foil taken out of my pocket because I was going to cover all the things with foil so that it reflected them all off, making like a shield.
That's amazingly clever.
That's
yeah,
a great
it's
idea.
actually quite clever.
Aaron, I reckon you could do that in bait trees because they're so lax.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's called cheating.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck
really.
cheating. No, it's called winning. Is what it's
I
called.
call increasing my
Using
odds of
your-
winning, but you know.
In
So is
the-
bringing like a real gun. Like, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, but you can only score 1 point and then they're dead.
Yeah, but then they can't. Then
Depends on how many bullets you bring.
I thought
And then-
that's my standing.
free children.
But surely, like the vest, like because the light goes off, and if you kill them, they ain't going to get back up, and the light isn't going to come back on for you to get another point when you shoot them the second time.
Yeah, but
Dead.
you could paint some walls.
That's different.
It was quite annoying though. I had one kid who was about must have been about 14 or something, maybe less, maybe 12 or something. But they were high enough to have the gun hit me in the face and have massive bleeding lip. Not like Arnie though.
These kids doing high playing laser tag.
They weren't high.
You said
You
they were
just said
high.
Yeah, they were holding the gun up high.
Oh, right.
It's high as fuck, man.
I felt high. I was dizzy.
High on pink wafers.
420.
It's quite good. What other sites did you see, Toby? Did you? I know you went
I
swimming
went
with
swimming with
dolphins. That
dolphins.
was cool. Well, that
Oh
was
yeah,
cool.
dolphins.
That's about dolphins, Toby.
It was amazing. I learnt lots about dolphins.
What?
For
what
example,
specific facts?
They have to think about breathing.
Yeah.
They don't breathe
Oh,
automatically.
What?
They
Whoa, 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 whoa. they have to think about breathing.
Yeah.
So like, if they get like a particularly busy day in the office, they just die because they don't breathe.
Oh my god.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're overrun with sharks today.
What?
That's the
I'm
one.
sorry, I just can't. I can't believe it. I can't believe they have to like consciously breathe.
So
Yeah, they
yeah,
can't
but
sleep
how long do they hold their breath for?
up to 7 minutes.
So it's not like they're thinking about it all the time like we would be. They're like
No,
every
they can hold their
5
breath.
minutes they're like, oh, they're breathing again.
They breathe now.
If you think if we thought about breathing, we'd realise what a pain in the arse it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, there I go again. Fuck. Got another
900 times this morning.
Would be a pain.
another 70 years of this shit.
Yeah,
Hooray!
but
At least you
dolphins
don't
are
have
so
to
cool.
consciously think about like your heartbeat and stuff.
No, that'd be lame.
Beat.
But the humans, it's like all like in like your hypothalamus or some kind of shit in your brain. Like,
Alpha.
yeah, I've had like a bottle of wine already. It's fine.
Your hypothermos
Yeah, the hypothermos, the
keeps
thing
you warm.
keeps. Did you know that your face has certain nerve endings in that when it enters cold water, it slows your heart down, which is that we take from seals and like mammal fish and shit.
Yeah, I took nothing from a seal. You can't prove the fucking thing.
Mammal fish.
Mammal fish.
Well, do you want to know another cool fact about dolphins?
Yeah.
They're dolphins are actually one of the only other animals other than humans to be self-aware. So
Yeah.
they'd recognize themselves in the mirror and stuff like that, and they know of their own existence.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah.
So does that mean that if they know what they are, they know what other dolphins are?
Yeah. Well,
And
they
they're like, that's that fucking
if-
dolphin from round the
you know,
corner.
if a dog looks in a mirror, it starts barking at the mirror, going, "What's that dog? What's that dog? Oh,
Yeah.
who's that? Who's that?"
My dog
But it's
doesn't.
himself.
She
Yeah,
looks
but most
at it
dogs
like-
do. Like average, like it will look in the mirror and it won't recognize that it is that dog.
Yeah,
Whereas a dolphin would look into a mirror and he would recognize himself.
Does that mean like dolphins like recognize each other, like Jack said? Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they can
yeah.
recognize
she's a slut.
They
within
recognise
within
people
their
as well.
pod. They can recognize that, and like they did a test on the dolphins that were like a SeaWorld dolphin. They put a mark on his head, and he was looking at the mark, and he knew it was himself, and he was trying to see it, and he was like trying to look at himself to see if there's anything else on him, but he recognized that someone had marked his head. It's pretty
Uh,
cool. Oh. There's a couple of other animals that are like self-aware.
It's a
So, like,
shame there aren't any mirrors in the ocean.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
Real
But,
shame.
Orangutans,
mean-
chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos, macaques—they're all like
Self-aware.
self-aware. Elephants are self-aware. Orca whales are
Those are
self-aware,
not-
and
yeah.
Oddly, European magpies are self-aware as well.
That's
so-
random. And
but-
also, dolphins will leave the planet if it's in like major jeopardy, like it's going to get demolished to build some kind of space highway.
It's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
But they will
And
thank us
They're
for.
very thankful for the fish.
Yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
share our
I got
compassion
it.
with us, isn't it?
Eh.
Yeah. So does that mean that dolphins recognize things that aren't dolphins?
Yeah. Of course.
So
they can.
dolphins have the capacity to be like racist.
Yeah, that's why dolphins
Or
attack sharks
xenophobic.
because they want to keep the areas that they live in clear from sharks, so they attack sharks all the time.
Well, I don't attack sharks. I wouldn't like want sharks not in my house just because they're sharks and not human. It's just because they're going to eat me.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to eat their
Well,
babies.
I guess that's probably the point.
Sharks don't
They're
eat-
not racist towards them. They're just like,
Friendly.
oh, sharks. Well, they
Like,
You-
stop the
sharks
shark
don't actually
hate
like these
crimes.
people.
Would it be racism or xenophobia?
xenophobia, maybe.
because it's a different
Yeah.
species.
Yeah.
And Xena's
So-
a warrior princess anyway.
I'm
Yeah, that was.
looking at that list though, because it says magpies are like self-aware. Do you reckon that's why they always steal shiny things? Because they want to look at themselves. They're just vain.
I thought they
Piss
did that
off.
'cause they were dicks.
They're a bit dicks as well.
Her
Wow.
arseholes was my
That's
shiny
quite
thing.
weird. Have any of you guys ever seen that documentary, Blackfish?
Is that? Hang on. Back up. Is that one of our talk stuff facts?
Could be one.
Magpies steal shiny stuff just because they're dicks.
Yep.
Yeah, fact of the day.
We do have facts.
Talk
The
about-
more you know. G.I. Jose.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen Blackfish? Documentary about
Is that about the guy in Game of Thrones?
no, it's about orca whales being kept in captivity,
Oh wait, I've
killing
just-
their trainers and shit. It's a
Yeah,
really
there's-
good documentary. You guys should
There's
watch.
one orca whale that has killed like 5 people or something,
He's killed 3 people. His name's Tillicum. He's a nut.
Yeah. and he's still kept in captivity.
Yeah, he's still in
And
SeaWorld.
people still go and visit him. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't do many shows now, but he's like
Fuck
they
that.
they don't really do much with him. But he killed the last trainer. He killed. He literally ripped her in by her arm and scalped her from her ponytail. He ripped her ponytail off and then bit her arm off.
Maybe he's just
And
trying to
that's
give her a
like the
haircut.
Yeah, he could have.
Just-
Bitch, you don't
That
sit-
doesn't suit you, bitch.
But he's just there was no other explanation for it other than he's just mental.
yeah.
Just
Whale
literally-
biologist.
I'd suggest watching it. It's good.
I
also
watched
think
this
about
documentary about fish, about these sharks that like attacked humans through this tornado.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that was a documentary, wasn't it? An American
It was,
documentary.
yeah.
I think they're making another
This-
one.
I think
They
that's
are
what-
making another one. Sharknado. Oh my god, it's the best, worst film ever.
I don't know.
I think it's great.
I remember the trailer now. For the second one has the guy like with the
Get me my
chain,
chainsaw.
and he like puts it through the shark's face, and he like cuts
Yeah.
all the way to the shark.
You guys, like, seriously, you guys want to watch the best, worst film ever, right? What you need to watch is Birdemic.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Literally.
amazing.
Literally the worst fucking movie ever. You watch it, and that'll be, you know, as me as a guest on Talk, I want to see this next week. Like, you going, oh my god, how can someone possibly make such a shit movie? But it was so amazing.
And also another one is The Room. Is it The Room, Toby?
I don't know.
With
You're asking me.
I can't remember his name, but it's that guy who was I did not hit her. I did not. Hi, Mark. Such a good film. It's so bad. It's so good. So
Is that
it's
Nick
just
Cage?
another one you should read. No, it's not Nick Cage.
It's like,
Imagine
it's like
Nick Cage
really
saying
bad
something like that.
games that are really good. Like Bubsy 3D, like that is a shit game, but can't
What?
stop playing. Bubsy 3D on the
Nope.
PlayStation?
The fuck
Never
is
heard of it.
Bubsy 3D?
Oh wow, you're missing out on that. Yeah, you should definitely go
I
out and
feel
buy a PlayStation and play that.
Considering your lead up to that game was the worst things that are quite good,
Yeah,
don't really afford to play it.
but sometimes the bad games are like so bad that you have to play them to experience how shit they are.
Well,
Like me and my
Goat
friend Chris, who lives like in Surfleet somewhere, we're having a shitty video games war. So like every month we'd buy each other the worst video game we could possibly find. He most recently bought me Barbie on the NES.
Oh my god, that's
God.
amazing.
Worst video game ever, and I've got an amazing video game collection. Don't mean to brag, it's pretty good. But I've got this freaking fluorescent pink Barbie video game just sitting in the middle of the shelf like a pink shit.
Why'd you
Barbie
keep a
shit.
pink shit on your shelf?
Where it wouldn't flush down the toilet. I don't want to talk about it. If to be honest, if you shat a pink shit, you would keep it. Like you wouldn't throw that away.
No, I would call
Right.
my doctor.
You'd be, I've made this.
So would it come out like? Would it be like human colored pink, or would it be like luminous pink?
Like luminous, glowing. We're talking like alien pink.
Oh, yeah. I'd definitely call my doctor if my shit was bubblegum colored. Unless I'd previously been eating a lot of bubblegum.
You
And
don't
yeah, just
swallow
like-
it.
Suppose you were fine. You just made like a pink shit one day. Like you called your doctor
You
beforehand.
would be fine.
No, you called him and
I
he
think I'm
said
gonna have a pig shit today.
and he
is it
said
gonna
it's
be
nothing
okay?"
to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. Just put it on your shelf and you'll be fine.
Put it on your shelf for the world to see. Eh?
All right. Imagine this, right?
How would
Imagine
you
you get a
preserve
bit of bubble gum and it gets stuck on the end of your cornhole. Would you get on your back and try and fart a bubble?
Yes.
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 Definitely.
Not even a question.
I just imagine that everyone else is as sane as I am.
Yeah.
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 What? I've got I want to ask if you guys will participate in a game with me in the future.
Oh god.
Yeah. Depends on what it is.
Before we get too far away from the Vegas subject.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah, I
that we're
think-
already.
I think we're about as
Sure,
far away
yeah,
from
from that
Vegas as
anyway.
Vegas is itself.
Yeah, I think
I wanted to mention this on the podcast, and we've gone a bit far, but I'm going to bring us back anyway.
okay.
I came up with a game. Well, me and my brother's new wife came up with a game of a Vegas scavenger hunt.
Oh yeah.
You assign every hotel like a thing that it has at it. For example, like the Bellagio has the fountains out front, and the Mirage has the volcano out front.
Yeah.
And things like that, and you get points for going to see it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you have an advantage.
This is what I
No,
said.
It wouldn't count.
it
The
like
stuff
I've not
I'd have to go do it again.
Okay.
But you know where all the things are.
I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure
hard.
you could
It's
find
the
it.
fucking strip.
Yeah, but you know where all the things are.
Yeah.
The
what do you have
point
to
is
do?
you're doing
Just, like,
everything together.
Take a picture of these things.
Like, we're all blessed with a natural compass.
And
Nail
besides,
business.
the main problem with I'd have with that is that we'd be running around taking pictures of things when I could be in a fucking free bar drinking free fucking drinks.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
Toby,
got it, you've
remember
got
you
it.
said about that fucking free bar? That's crazy. Free breakfast, free orange juice.
It's not
That's-
free.
Well, I mean, you pay for
Okay,
the
all
hotel.
you can eat breakfast,
You
Or
pay for
you
the
can eat-
hotel, you pay for the flights to get there, and then you pay $21 to get into the buffet.
Then it's free.
It's an
And then
open
you can
bar.
sit in that
I
buffet.
can't think of
all day
anything
long.
better being in America
Yeah.
in the open bar. It'd be amazing. But I can think of things better.
Life.
I feel like I would bankrupt them.
I'd give it a damn good try.
I'd try as well.
Their units of
The
measurement-
trick is to take the expensive
strong.
things.
Yeah, their beer's really weak as well, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
naps.
They probably do
Guzzling
the beer
down.
as well. I mean, this is going to be a high-class Vegas joint. They're not just going to have, like, Pabst. Yeah.
It would be funny.
Yeah.
I think it's that time because we're about over halfway time. Last week, as people who listen to the podcast know, we do 5 facts of or 5
do
things
now.
that we do now as of like
Sometimes
last week.
I worry
For example,
that
last
people
week
that
we
listen
had.
to us.
Sometimes I think we just talk to ourselves, but it helps.
Yeah.
It keeps us happy.
We are
keeps us
just talking to ourselves.
I listen to you guys.
But
Okay, so
yeah,
we're
last
not
week we did
you.
5 facts that we think are good when we get old, which came with some interesting results. And then the week before that was, but it kind of started with those benefits of sleeping naked.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
this week, last week, Mike set us the task of making up our own Pokemon and saying our favorite Pokemon and making up a Pokemon. And I know I've made mine. So if you guys mind me going first, I would like to.
Go
Oh,
for it.
it's probably going to have to be best that you go first because I haven't got one.
You guys have failed the task.
I've got an idea. I just don't have a name for it.
You
I'll
just-
help you come up with a name.
All right. Yeah, we can group decide on a name
Well,
for it.
Here's my made up Pokemon is there's 2. There's the evolution and then there's the non-evolution.
All right. Let's not get technical.
So the first one would be Vindaloo, which is a beef Vindaloo. And then the evolution, he's a fire cow. And then the evolution is Vindapoo, where he's a poison fire type.
That's genius.
Fucking hell.
He just looked like a poo.
Right.
So, and then I suppose my favorite Pokemon. I've always loved Mewtwo. I suppose I think he's badass. So I'm just gonna say Mewtwo.
He's fairly shit in Super Smash Brothers Melee though.
Oh, I was a boss with that.
Yeah, I was always a boss with him on Melee.
Best character, Mr. Game and Watch.
Oh, fucking hate Mr. Game Watch.
I was
Oh.
shite with him.
But I have to say that like he's one of those characters that if you master, you can play really well as. It's quite niche. It's like Snake. I was just on Brawl. I kicked ass of Snake. So
Good.
everybody. Anyway, Toby, Jack.
Just
I
one thing
I don't
quickly
have one
about
at all.
Pokemon that I don't understand. Like, you've got cow bait. Like coming back to your Vindaloo person. Like he is clearly that Pokemon is clearly based on a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, does the Pokemon universe have cows, or do they just eat Pokemon that resemble
I
cows?
don't know because I've looked in like. the
I've
manga,
seen Ash Ketchum eating beef,
Yeah,
and I
I've
want to
seen-
know where it comes from. Like, do they just kill old? Like, oh, sorry, Pikachu, you're getting a bit old.
Maybe.
It's like I'm having rabbit stew for dinner.
I think I've just had a breakthrough.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So maybe Pokemon set in the future when these Pokemon are clearly like genetically engineered creatures, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like amalgams of other things.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future they have Pokemon, but they no longer have cows and stuff. So all of the food is just like
synthetic meat, like corn stuff.
synthetic, like it's made in the little replicator in Star Trek or whatever.
That's impossible because it can't be Quorn because they don't have Mo Farah there.
Maybe it's 3D printed.
Fucking hell.
Maybe it's 3D printed. Maybe it's just like tomato steaks.
Maybe it's just bullshit.
Maybe it's
a
just
hallucination.
badly directed.
And Ash
Or
Ketchum. is
maybe they
actually,
just eat the fucking Pokemon.
That's so
I
horrible.
don't want to admit that. I don't want to see Ash eat his fucking Pikachu. What if someone gets a?
I want to see that.
Why
you
would
want
you
croutons on your soup? Well, cut
I
up
have
an
to say,
onyx.
Brock is the dodgy one, isn't he? He's the one who makes all
is.
the fucking Pokemon food.
He does. He goes, oh, this is rich in Pokemon nutrients. It's like, yeah, it's because it was a fucking Vulpix.
That's why he has all those Pokemons. He has
I know.
fucking.
He's
He goes out. He finds some, let's say, a Clefairy hopping along. He fucking smashes it with his Onyx. Gets
No,
Geodude
with his
to punch
frying
it.
pan.
Yeah, he gets Geodude to punch it in, so it's all squashed and minced,
Yeah.
and then he gets Vulpix to cook it. Hello, guys,
Yeah.
I've made you a lovely meal. Enjoy.
Maybe that's why he doesn't open his eyes because he can't look at his shame.
Maybe he thinks it's a cow.
Maybe you can just
Actually blind.
barely see it, so it looks like a cow.
What? So he's just like killing every like. Not being funny. If I was blind, I wouldn't just kill everything I saw, thinking it was food.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
It
they're
depends how
killing
hungry you
people.
are.
There he goes. This cow keeps saying Clefairy.
I'm blind.
I'm blind.
This cow keeps saying, "Stop, please! I'm a person."
It's me, Ash. Yeah, fuck.
Maybe they're eating people. Maybe they're eating each other.
Misty is the first one I'd eat.
Maybe they're just eating
I
people.
don't know. She looks a bit lean. I don't really.
A bit lean.
I'd eat one of those fat hikers.
Right.
Or Lieutenant Surge. He's a bit beefy.
All right, before we get all the way down to the bottom of Dan's human eating list, can we have another Pokemon?
Oh yeah. Someone get another Pokemon.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's see what this problem is first.
We're just having a technical hitch. Intermission.
I am sorry about everything I've said.
She basically ends up living with the three of us, so don't worry.
I was fine. So you're basically inhuman anyway. That's cool.
Okay. Return from intermission.
Can we do a re-intro?
Re-intro in 3, 2, 1. Re-intro.
Yay! We're back.
Woo! Sorry
Yeah.
about that, everybody. So
Everyone
we were going to
else
go with another
technical
Pokemon. So
difficulty.
Jack, Toby, Bran, go with Pokemon. We don't get Bevan's Pokemon this week because Bevan's not here.
Bran?
Do you guys want to be a
Still
little bit more
thinking, mate.
prepared because you've had 2 weeks to do this?
All right, no, I've got one because I'm not lazy and
Okay.
I think about things from time to time.
Also,
Uh,
Aaron, get thinking about
basically-
5 things for us next week.
I also have a Pokemon. Like I could take Bevan's Pokemon.
That's fantastic. You can do that as well.
Yeah, I'll do that in a bit. I just need to like rethink it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so
Carry
I'm not really great on Pokemon because I like Digimon more. So
Yeah.
it's better.
Digimon.
Do you want to make
Digital.
your Digimon?
So, yeah, I want a Pokemon that's like made from chocolate. Because then, going back to what Dan said, you could just eat it and then like heal it up and it'll get better with your little Pokemon potions. What do you think?
Yeah.
I feel like we should be impressed, like when a 5-year-old does a drawing that you put on the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There you
really
go.
good, Jack.
We'll just put that one over
Right
here in the room.
Right on the refrigerator.
Yay.
Right for
You'll
every-
never pass the 3rd grade. It's fine.
At least I thought of one, Toby.
Yeah, Toby, you don't have one, so
Well-
we'll count that as no.
Let's have Aaron's because clearly he's better at the podcast than we are.
So Brian and Toby
Yeah.
both didn't get one.
No.
Right.
Brad's not got an
Please.
excuse. I was on holiday for 2 weeks.
You had plenty of time to think.
You're on holiday, sitting around. You can.
I was
had a
busy
creative
with
mind.
a wedding.
Weddings aren't interesting.
I found this one interesting.
Hesitation. Right,
Shut up.
Aaron, take it away.
Okay, so my idea for a Pokemon is man, because I think that the humans on the show are also Pokemon, but they are the best Pokemon because they have power over all the others.
Ah,
And-
except
And
surely
it
then
blows your mind again.
it'd just be like man,
Yeah.
man.
No, because Meowth can talk, like in the TV
True.
program.
Oh yeah.
No, but that was just bollocks. Like my real Pokemon is like not an electrical Pokemon, but an actual like electricity bolt. Because there's like Magmar, who is like
Made
Mag-
fire.
made from fire,
Yeah,
but there's no guy who's like made from electricity, and I think there should be.
What about
There's an
Volt?
Electabuzz made from electricity.
No, because
What about the bird that's electricity?
Zapdos.
Zapdos,
Yeah.
it's like literally just like an electrical bolt, like
Yeah, just a piece of electric. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Anything that
that
touches
can
it.
only live in like
Pokeball.
metal places.
Yeah.
Magnemite. Voltorb.
You can only store it in your Magnemite.
Yeah,
It's magnets though, isn't it?
Yeah.
and it can like
But it's an
join
electric
with other
force.
electric Pokemon to make them badass.
I see.
Ooh,
No, like
it could
thing.
be like a parasite Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah,
The-
yeah. This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Let's
And
make,
Pokemon
let's make a
just gonna be
bold eagle
pizza,
Pokemon
fuck
with an
it.
American flag on its head. Yeah. Anyway.
My favorite Pokemon has got to be the glitch one off Pokemon Red, and
Missing though. Yes. He gives you lots of rare candy
gives you infinite rare candy,
and infinite
Uh,
marbles.
or the red Gyarados, whichever.
Can we talk about how creepy Cubone is?
Yeah.
Cubone is no, it's sad because like his mum died and he wears his like skull and his
Yeah, but I mean, he's had you don't never see a Cubone that doesn't have the skull on its head.
Yeah.
So I mean, like every Cubone at some point goes around, rips the skull out of its mother's head, and then wears it on its face the rest of its entire life.
And then cries about it.
But maybe
fuck's
maybe
out?
you don't ever see a female Cubone either.
Yeah, you never see a grown-up Cubone with
No,
a
it's
head.
It's called a
Big
man, like a
skull.
fly.
Yeah.
They don't
Right,
grow up,
so
they just
we should-
evolve. If they get too old, they just die.
Just go get that shit off your head, you twat. Your mum's dead. Deal with it.
I think there's something fishy going on here.
I think there is. I think it's Team Rocket.
I think
Yeah, because there's the same
Motherfuckers.
sort of theory where you can say
they
like
cats.
it's bloody Ghastly's hiding in shells, so they make the oysters or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Equally, cloisters and the other one
shell.
look like vaginas.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends how you look at it.
So, Aaron, you're in a band.
I am in a band. Like
Let's
I,
talk
So
about
go
our guest because we're nearing the end, so we might as well talk about the guest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to know? Like musical histories?
Yeah,
What
let's,
do you
let's
play?
talk about what do you play. Let's see that. What's the band? like?
The band's called the Hydro Bats currently. Well, I say currently. That is what we're called. And the reason why we're called that is because it was the first name any of us came up with, and we came up with a load of better names, but we just kind of stuck with the first one because we thought,
Nostalgia, maybe.
yeah, basically, it was just like Hydro Bats. It was mainly like the kind of premise was like it's like an animal in like a place where it doesn't belong, like water and bats. You wouldn't really
Yeah,
expect
yeah,
them to
you
be
wouldn't
together.
really think that.
But
That's
I
quite cool,
I play bass. Thank you. You're the first person to say that. I
No
play
worries.
the bass guitar, and I'm also the lead vocalist or singer,
cool.
as
Oh,
non-twats say. I first started playing the bass when I was in. Jack, do you remember Ryan Gilmartin?
Yes.
Yeah, like
do.
he phoned me while I was on a business studies field trip in about year 9.
Oh, I remember business studies field trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we went. I think must have. You
That
might have been on the
sounds like
same
there's a
trip.
story.
Yeah.
Business studies. I did
Business
not
studies.
have those lessons. I don't think.
Mr. Maley was like, yes. Anyway, he phoned me and was like, yeah, dude, we're starting a band. And I was like, oh, cool. That sounds great. And he was, oh, do you want to be in it? I was like, yeah, I can't do anything because I didn't play the bass. He's like, oh, you play bass, you'll be fine. I was like, oh, cool, right. I don't have one. And so we got a bass guitar for me, got an amp. Will Tootle taught me a bit on it just to kind of get by. I learned 5 songs. And the next week we had a gig. And that was like the first band I was ever...
Jumping in, deep end.
Yeah, literally, like I was so shit, it wasn't even funny. And then I've been in loads of different bands over the years, and this most recent one's fairly promising. And we're gonna
Nice.
start vlogging and stuff. So doing like we've been together for about 6 months now. We've got some recordings on
Alright.
SoundCloud and Facebooks and stuff.
We can put a link to those in the video description.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a listen.
Yeah.
What sort of music do you play? Is it like metal or?
It's kind of it's rock, but it's not like dad rock. It's more kind of like Kings of Leon and things like
Okay,
that.
that's cool. That's nice.
Sounds like
I'll definitely listen to some of
Kind
that.
of.
Yeah, bit of like Led Zeppelin thrown in there for good measure. Immigrant Song.
Nice.
Do Tribute by Tenacious D.
Lovely. Oh well,
Sweet.
we'll get a link to SoundCloud. I'll have a listen afterwards. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
I have been sharing you guys on our Hydrobats Facebook's page.
Oh, lovely.
Um,
You know, Hydrobat
it's-
sounds like it could be a Pokemon. You know, we could make a Pokemon out of that.
Hydro Bat.
Hydrobats, yeah. It could go with my electric elemental guy.
Yeah.
Probably not. They'd hurt each other.
Fucked up.
Yeah, water's a pretty good.
Yeah, but
conductor.
the water's there to fuck up the rock types, resisting the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Fucking
Since
fucks
when
their
did water fuck up rock Pokemon?
erosion? Jesus.
Oh, so what? Well, like the battle lasts 10,000 years. It just smooths out the like onyx, so it's a completely flat snake.
It's the theory, okay?
They
Well,
had to do something, basically, didn't they? They had to kind of... It's like rock, paper, scissors. Like, paper's never going to beat rock. Like,
Well,
really.
that's true. Maybe they need a paper type Pokemon to beat rock Pokemon.
But then you got
They're all like- they're all 2D.
Box.
Can,
But it's the
can
same
we
thing as
discuss
grass type Pokemon.
briefly
What?
why Pidgey can fly on the game and Charizard cannot?
Because Charizard is clearly too enormously fat
Charizard can fly on the game.
to fly in our light.
On the first game, on the original Red and Blue, Charizard can't use fly.
Yes, he can.
I can't.
Yes, he can.
Pretty
Well,
sure
let's
there's
not
one
have
of them
a
where
fight
it
about
can't.
it.
No,
This
there
is
was
gonna
a
start
weird
an
Pokemon, but a Pidgey can, and like you could
There was
stand
something
on.
else that couldn't. I don't know if it was Charizard. I think it might have been something else.
Might have been something else. I might be making that up. I feel like it was
I'm
something.
gonna
else.
look. I've got the fucking book behind me somewhere.
Oh my god, Toby's got a book.
I had a Pokédex.
Let's not get in.
I
Let's not
still
get,
have my Pokedex.
Oh my god!
Look
You,
it up.
Shall we?
Look it
Shall
up on
we
Podcast Sofa,
do our
like,
wonderful
description.
talk stuff questionnaire?
I think we should.
Yeah, let's
think
give
we
it a
should.
go.
Let's go for it.
I have a feeling like because we've got a little bit of time extra anyway. I reckon Aaron's going
Ow.
to give us some good answers, in-depth answers, just judging from the conversation we've had so far today. So maybe if you would like to take that away, and Aaron, while you're doing it, if you can think of a 5 questions thing for us next week, like 5 things to do, that'll be wonderful. Okay,
Wunderbar.
take it away, question master.
Number 1. What
Diddly-diddly.
is your favourite word?
On class.
my favourite word, like, oh wow,
A non-curse word.
non-curse word. Well, that gives like seeing you next Tuesday the kind of boot.
Yeah. That's the second question, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
my favourite word is oxymoron. Because it sounds like you're insulting someone when actually you're not.
No, you're not.
Which is a bit of an oxymoron.
It is, you see?
Yeah, I like it.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
oxymoron is a self-contradictive statement.
Yes. Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
oxymoron. Put it on the list.
It's on the list. Already
It's
written
on
it.
the list.
Motherfucker. What's your least favourite word?
My least favourite word. You see, the kind of politician in me wants to say it's like can't because you always can, but like my actual least favourite word is probably moist.
Oh, that's my,
so many
one of my
people
favourite
think
words.
Don't like the word.
Moist.
It's just like ugh.
The more you say it, the
It's-
more I can feel Laura
it's-
cringe downstairs.
Almost onomatopoeic, I think.
Moist.
It's just poetic in the way that
Moist.
moist so perfectly describes what moist is.
Moist
Yeah.
tushy.
Isn't there a word for words that sound like the word they're supposed to be?
Yes, onomatopoeia.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you said
Right.
that, but I wasn't listening.
Yeah, like slap or buck or brunch
Or woof.
woof or
Woof.
Ah.
Okay.
I could think of any more. Okay,
Just awkwardness. Okay.
it's just my brain died. I don't.
I noticed. Right. Number 3. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Turns me on creatively, spiritually, and everything. Yeah, it's in not sex.
Yeah, it's not
a
sexually.
sense.
It's a kids show, you know. Keep it clean.
Turns me on
Is
creatively.
that what turns you on,
Space-
Jack?
This is a kids show. Shit. I have some apologies to make.
Shoot!
Fucking
I mean,
hell.
shoot, darn, fiddle-dee-dee. What turns me on spiritually, emotionally? So basically, what makes me happy? Is that like what we're saying?
Yeah, kind of.
What inspires you, I suppose?
Well, like the small things kind of make me happy. You know, like
It's a band.
when you kind of get in the shower and you turn the shower on and it's just the right temperature as soon as you get in, makes me happy. I like that feeling. Like, every day-to-day things, all those day-to-day things, like all having an apple and like throwing it between your hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Apple is the
Yeah.
perfect size for you to hold in your hand.
Yeah.
It's almost like a human hand evolved so that it could hold apples.
Because most people think that, you know, like, oh, the things that make you happy in life are like love and like romantic meals and shit. No, like, enjoy the little things like throwing an apple between your hands because they happen all the time.
Some of us have no
It's
choice but to
Like
enjoy
a
the
tennis
little
ball
things.
as well. Tennis ball's like around that size too.
Good for
so
you,
it's-
mate.
Yeah, tennis
Probably-
balls.
Probably playing music live is one of the main things that makes me like happy in a kind of serious way. Like especially when you write like your own song and you play it in front of people. Like there's one on our Facebook page which we wrote. Me, Macca, who's Mark Astley is his actual name. He's on lead guitar, and Steve Wright on drums. That's not Steve Wright in the afternoon. How many times I made that joke live? But we wrote a song called Shake and Make a Jam, which is like probably one of our better ones, the originals. And like you play that and see people like dance along to it and sing along and stuff, and you think, yeah, that's good. It's a good one.
Cool.
Okay. Opposite
I wish
then.
I was
What
doing
turns
that
you
now.
off?
Turns me off
Yeah.
having low battery.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know.
You're
It's
not
brilliant.
the only one on this
That
planet.
switch on the wall.
No, one time I ran out of petrol, which is not good.
Yeah, that's quite a bad thing.
Yeah,
Was that
the thing
in
is,
the,
it
that in the
was.
Mustang?
Yes, it was in the Mustang.
Of course, because it uses all of the petrol all of the time.
It does. Well, the thing is, I took it out in Boston to take a friend of mine out for his leaving do. He was last day at work, And we like hooned around Boston for a bit and was doing a bit of sideways, and I was being a bit silly because he was pissed and we were having a bit of a laugh. I got it home and I was like, I have not got much petrol left, and I put it in the garage and I didn't think much of anything of it. And then I got it out like a couple of days later, and I turned it on. I left it warming up on the driveway, and I went inside to get my sunglasses in, got back to the car, and the engine had stopped, and I was like, fuck. Like, literally, it was on for like a minute before it stopped. I was like, I could have, if I'd have gone like for one more lap around Boston, it would have probably stopped outside Weatherspoons over the bridge, and that would have just been all the embarrassment in the world. And I think that would have turned me off, as well as actually turning me off because it turned my car off.
So I picked up my car today.
Nice.
And I stood talking to my mechanic as ever anyone will ever do ever. Probably for like 40 minutes. Engine was running in the background. I think I used about a quarter of a tank.
It's amazing, like how much you could like literally just revving the engine. It's like that is a few polar bears that have died now.
Yeah, that is it's another £5 of happiness.
Yeah,
expelled out of my exhaust pipe. But that's fine. It's all good fun. We had a nice little ride today, didn't we, Toby? Dan.
Yeah. Lovely.
Of our work.
Lovely, jubbly.
Excited.
Yeah. What was it? We literally went into the warehouse, came back out. Elliot was sat in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Told her to get out, walked back in, turned back round, Stan was sat in the driver's seat. It's just like, fucking hell.
Get out of my car.
Get out of my car. That's what he said. Get out of my fucking car.
Well,
it's amazing how, like driving one of those cars or like any kind of special older car.
Yeah.
Doing the same mundane shit like turns it special in some way. Like going to Morrison's like to get shopping. It's like I'm not going to Morrison. I'm going to Morrison in the V8 fucking 5-litre burning petrol king of a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
People don't understand. They're like, oh, you should probably get a decent car that doesn't break down and leave you stranded for 4 months out of the year. But when I go to Asda, people turn around and be like, what the fuck's all that? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And what's all that noise and death and things like?
Yeah. What's that column of black smoke that's screaming down the fucking road? So good.
I found a load of oily rag in the bottom of my engine.
Oh, you should take that out.
I did. I removed the intake manifold because a gasket was blown, so I took that off. And like after much deliberation, I realised that clearly the bloke who'd stripped the engine down previously had done it over a series of months and years, and just kind of because you put rag down to chip off like the glue that's on the side to keep the manifold down, so it doesn't go in like the engine. And he just left the rag in there. Because I took it off, it was like shitloads of oily rag. And I was like, the fuck? So I've like literally increased the cubic capacity of my engine by like 20%. Just by it runs so much better.
I just imagine that it was like in the bottom of the engine bay, like floating around, wrapping itself around the serpentine like bolt or something. But it's actually inside your engine. That's quite bad.
Yeah, it was literally inside my engine.
That's awful. I had I got picked up. I was on the back of a truck a few months ago. And the truck driver happened to have the same car as mine back in the 80s. And he just had it serviced. And he went off to a boxing match in the New Forest. And over the tannoy, they said, somebody's car's on fire outside.
Oh, fuck.
And the garage had left their oily rag in like the engine bay. And obviously, as he'd been driving around, it got hot. And caught fire. Burnt to the ground.
Lol.
So that's not very good.
No.
Anyway, we got another question.
Let's get next question.
Another
Right,
question.
okay,
You've got
sorry.
6 fucking more.
Right,
Fucked off on your own there for a bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Right.
Jack, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, right. Question 5. What is your favourite curse word?
Well,
And how
I
do I
kind
spell
of
that?
I make my own curse words up. So like I use any street name as a curse word.
Go on.
So like John Adams Way, that hurt. And anything. So basically that, yeah.
Bedford Place, that was uncomfortable.
I'm going with John Adams Way.
Pentonville Road, you bastard.
All right.
Boy. Next one, Tapes.
Okay.
That's amazing. What sound or noise do you love?
I know the answer to this.
Oh, noise do I love. All right, I'm going to let Jack field this one for me.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be V8 at idle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
V8 at idle when you fiddle with the carburetor, so it just ticks over idle, that little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's about.
It's better than like Jesus dancing on a table for me.
That wouldn't make much noise, but yeah. And then the second best sound is V8 over like 3,500 RPM.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
then it sounds like the Earth is going to collapse. In on it.
Is because my car's a 3-speed automatic. When you're doing 60 and you put your foot down and it changes down into first, that's the sound.
Amazing.
I did that on the motorway in the van the other day.
Yes.
I went to put it up into fifth from fourth, but I put it into third. That was great fun.
It's like hitting the ball, is it? It's like, pew, oh, you're gone. I think the next stage for you with your car, Jack, is definitely take out the gearbox and just have like direct engine train, like to power, so like direct from the cylinders to the back wheels.
I think that would probably eat my.
You turn it on and it goes. No, like fucking around. Just go and an accelerator to put more fuel in.
That's a good idea. Right,
But anyway, enough of that tangent.
Next.
We got 2 more questions in and he went off again.
they're going to have car answers.
Yeah.
Oh.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Sound or noise do you hate? When I was in like None of the Above, which was my band before this one, I used to hate the sound of my own voice because I didn't discover how to sing yet. And I was like, it's probably more of a confidence thing more than anything. But yeah, myself. It's something that a lot of people hate.
Yeah, a lot of people hate
No.
it. Yeah.
Okay. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Space.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Just
Space.
just space.
Spaceman.
Space of some sort. Description.
I'd like to be a time traveller from the Victorian period.
Ooh.
Like
Like steampunk.
That book.
It's like steampunk time travellers, just like...
That'd be cool.
Because then my swear words would make sense. Like, Pentonville Road, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
Amazing.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
It all had a plan. Like, it all had a plan.
Yeah. It was all secular. So, is that cyclical? Okay.
I think secular is a different thing.
Secular is not a word. That's not even in the... Nobody's ever said that before.
Fine.
So, world first on Talk Stuff this evening.
Jesus.
Secular.
Secular.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That
It's
feels like something that rappers would say. Man, that is secular.
Yeah, that's close.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. What profession would you not like to do?
Probably the guy who works in hospitals who has to disimpact bowels. Like,
What does disimpact mean?
it means like he has to shove his hand up some old guy's bottom and about shit.
So old man bum cleaner.
Old man bum cleaner is definitely a profession I would not like to get into
Yeah.
unless the pay is really good.
Yeah, how good is
Fine
really
for
good?
that.
Like
Yeah.
at least £1 million per bum.
£1 million a bum. So you
Well,
could get away with
very
doing
expensive.
bum every 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that. I would probably do
You
it
better be
once.
the
a
best
year.
bum cleaner in town.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Your bottom would be cleaner than the Queen's snatch.
Brian, you'd be rich as
No.
hell if you got £1 million for every bum you entered.
Wap, 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 wap.
Okay,
Next.
okay. Last question, last
Yeah.
question. If heaven really exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Bear in mind, this isn't what you expect him to hear. You expect him to say something like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" But what would you like him to say?
I told you shouldn't put rocket fuel in the Mustang.
Oh, robot! Jesus!
That'd be-
Aaron, you've turned into a robot for the last.
Yeah.
Did I? I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's a robot.
Quick,
Some
say
horrible
something
problems
intelligent.
recording.
Try plugging it in and out again. Plug your little microphone.
Have you tried turning it into stuff? That is a
No.
lot worse.
Say we're looking for some droids.
These are the droids you're looking for.
That is what God would say to him.
No, God say.
That's terrifying. We're being contacted from beyond.
Well,
beyond.
I guess we should be
Aaron's
ending
been
it there
possessed by
anyway.
a creature from the grave.
As Aaron's been
Aaron,
possessed.
Type-
Is that better?
He's
Oh,
back!
He fixed
I'm
it.
back. I'm alive. Great.
Eee.
Great. I'm not possessed anymore. Yeah, literally, I feel like that was God probably striking me down. No, but God would say to me, what I would want him to say is, Aaron, I told you you shouldn't have put nitrous oxide in the Mustang.
like it.
Cool. That's great. Love
Yeah.
it. So, last two notes before we end.
Dun, dun.
First off,
Poor Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
that's
Robin
pretty
Williams.
shit.
But we said that to Rick Mail as well, so I thought we'd do it for Robin
Also,
Williams.
that guy that was going to be in Game of Thrones.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Whatever his
yeah.
name was. I'm going to
Yeah.
find it now because I feel bad.
The guy died.
But yeah, that was quite a surprise. But he was suffering from depression. And Aaron, give us our
Yes.
task for next week.
Okay.
JJ Murphy
This
was the name of the guy that died.
the target for next week, as kind of a tribute to the guy. I think like maybe like favorite 5 Robin Williams' movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
See?
can't
Yeah.
say now though.
This guy.
We'll pick our favorite. We'll pick our favorite movie.
Also,
Oops.
top 5 worst
No.
top 5 worst videos you've ever seen on the internet.
Okay.
Worst videos.
Worst videos.
It's gonna get dark.
Oh, I've got a couple I've thought of already.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
I've got a
collaborate.
couple.
And if
I'll
the
go
number
for-
1 is not Aladdin, then you're wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
Shaz.
thank you for coming on, Aaron.
Thank you for having me. I'd like
It's been a pleasure.
any time.
And we've been Toby, Jack, Dan, and Bran. And this is Talk Stuff. So see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.